Never know.
Who's the one we got to see that y'all put me on with? He was
Dance
just at the party.
That's
Yeah.
fiction.
Fiction.
We
Yeah, the exhibit, especially with the music and just the vibe.
only in Dreamcon can you have people dancing, electric sliding, Cupid
Beyblade.
shuffling,
They did Beyblade.
Beyblading.
battles.
Like, stop it. Like, y'all, it got me cheesy.
Right.
Some backstory. We are like, this is, what time is it right now? It's about like 3 a.m. Our flight is at 7. We have not gone to sleep from the day before. And just for the beginning of this video, can we get a backstory on each one of y'all and just how y'all fell in love with Dreamcon, or how like it came to your attention? And we'll start with Dwayne on that.
What made you fall in love with it? Okay, so we got to go back to last year. Then we're going to our first Dreamcon. So you sit there. I heard about all the what's those cons they got in Atlanta, Dragon Con, and all those kind of Momo. There you go. And you like, I've never even had the want to really go to those like that. They're cool, and I hear about them. This one though, you can be you. Like, no matter what you into, you can be into TV series, little cartoon, Family Guy. So we don't care. Like, just be you. And when you get here and being you, no one criticizes you for being you. Everyone just lifts you up and have your back support, and just it's a great experience to be yourself around people without worries.
Well, you took it back to last year, and
You fell in love last year.
I feel like I got to take it back to childhood.
Whoa.
Yeah, we going back there. So, me and my sister, we grew up on anime.
True to this.
Literally, like, we grew up on this stuff before it was cool, before it became mainstream thing. And we've always had an interest in going to a convention. When we'd see the big ones from California, the Comic Cons, it just wasn't feasible for us when we were younger at the time. Aside from, just finances and life and parents and school and all that stuff. It just wasn't a thing. And eventually, I wanted to get to a point when I got older that I will eventually get to a convention. Like, it's on my bucket list. And after I got exposed to RDC and their content, and finally heard that they were developing this convention that was supposed to be a place where people from all backgrounds, particularly people of color, but people of all backgrounds, everybody's welcome. We don't discriminate.
Really dope.
Could just gather and just go in on their passions and their fandoms and wrap it all up in a convention. I feel like we just had to go. And when we finally were able to do so, I feel like I can't go to another one now. Like, I feel like I'm stuck with Dreamcon. Like, I feel like I don't want to even try anything else because I feel like I won't get that same vibe and energy that I would get from this experience. It's just something about being surrounded by people that just...
Get it.
Right. Without the fear of the stigma behind, maybe not being politically accurate to a character like some people want people to be because they're not black, or, they're not how you envision the character to be. And just being in an environment that allows you to just cultivate your creativity. Be yourself, do your thing, be creative, make it yours, show the representation that you want to see in the world. That's what DreamCon was about. And it just... I don't know. I'm trying to go to another convention. I just haven't got the urge to. Like, it's...
You're gonna leave.
I feel like I'll be disappointed. But I can't talk because I haven't been to another one yet. But that's me. So...
Well, since you already gave the whole backstory about how we, OG anime.
OG.
I'll just take it back not too far, but I particularly have been a fan of RDC for a long time. Okay, I'm talking about when it was just him and Af and Leland. Like Leland was skinny. Not saying he's fat right now. Okay, he's thick right now and husky. But
Whoa, that's a whole nother podcast going on now. Whoa.
but Leland was young and slim, and Mark was all and Af. His dreadlocks weren't super long yet. I was watching them for a while. Right, the dreads weren't dreads. I'm just saying. Okay, I was watching them for a long time before the when you take anime too far, because that's when a lot of people discovered RDC with that. Before that, so just seeing them grow. I know a lot of people say it, but it's true. Like when RDC wins, you feel like you're winning. So
Preach.
So
That's true.
when they started this convention, it was like, we have to go. Like, we have to support it. It's like, they're like your distant cousins, kind of.
Yeah.
The ones that you never met before.
Right. But you know about
But
them.
you know about them, and you support them from afar.
Always.
Right. They just like your distant cousins. You gotta show support. You gotta show support, especially, like you said, to these conventions for people of color, because not saying that we aren't welcome in other conventions. I'm sure, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah,
But this is a place where we can flourish.
This is our
Yeah.
convention.
This is our
It's a
convention.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
a
for
safe
us.
space.
And instead
y'all.
of us like joining somebody else's convention and being like worried that we won't be accepted, it's more so like our convention, and we're not worrying about not accepting everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Correct.
everybody's already accepted. No matter
Right.
if I decide to accept you or not, like the person next to me will accept you regardless. You know what I mean? So I could try to come in and be rude and try to be arrogant, but that pride gets diminished so quick once you see like the love in the area. So
Right. And because this is a convention by us.
yeah.
We don't have to make a space for ourselves like we might have to in another convention.
And we'll be back.
And we'll be back. And we'll be, like we said, your knights in shining armor. So,
Cash Lord.
yeah, Cash Lord. All hail the Cash Lord. And
Look
all
out
hail
for us.
the Cash Guild.
Nope.
Have
Fire.
a crown in the room.
Right.
Play with us.
Right.
Dreamcon, I feel like was brought upon me from the people you see in the room right now. Honestly, I'm still new when it comes to anime. I'm really just a hardcore gamer and content creator. And when it came to just seeing someone of my skin complexion, and then actually recognizing them from childhood memes and videos that I've watched, and just that I've drew inspiration from, when it came to school projects. After seeing like old RDC videos, even before like the LeBron videos, before I even knew they were RDC, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They were just some black guys making funny content, back then, and you know what I'm saying. So even during those times, just seeing somebody that looks like me, doing what they love to do, and then spreading love in such a positive way, it's so rare, I feel like, in today's day and age. So whenever I saw that they were throwing a convention, I just had no choice but to throw my support into it, especially when the people in the room already gave me the green light, and I got a shout out to Deja for one, because she that made my outfits, that made every cosplay, programmed it and everything. And then these two as well jumping on the bandwagon when it comes to what they need to do, or even what they need to contribute, So shout out to y'all for helping me look good, because I could not have done it without y'all. So I appreciate y'all.
I ain't no cap. It was mainly them too.
Yeah. They did go crazy. If you wonder why they're very passionate about this podcast, because they went crazy, y'all. And I'm gonna insert some clips or some photos of.
Check the photo.
Yeah, man, because they went stupid. And they went stupid all 3 days, by the way. So
3, not 1, 2, 3.
We can adjust.
I thought you were finna sit in my lap. But, okay.
There we go.
I guess I'm finna sit in your lap.
all right, this is the premium podcast. Maybe.
Or
Maybe.
the Living Stories
To be
podcast.
decided.
Yeah.
To be decided.
Yeah, to be decided.
So what was the first topic? Well, first we want to highlight what the podcast is going to be about, and that's Dreamcon, right?
That's what today's episode is going to be about. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else want to highlight anything else on that topic?
It's just going to be Dreamcon from the point of view of a con goer, and as a second year con goer at that.
Specifically our perspective, because this may vary per person, and we want to acknowledge that we don't know everything that happens behind the scenes.
Right.
So there may be more to the story than we can tell, but we're just going to tell you our story.
Right, we're just gonna tell you from our point of view.
So, let's start with the cons, just to go ahead and get it off the table. Let's let Dwayne start with this one.
Okay.
Dang, on the spot. All right.
Well, here you go. You can hold it if you need to.
One of my biggest takeaways is going to be time management, especially with the RSVP of a lot of the main events, even the side events. This year we didn't do as much of the main events like we did the other year, but we did do a lot of the other things we didn't do, like the cards play meetups and stuff. It's crunch, and we know it's a lot to do. It's a lot of back events on top of each other, right after each other, and you don't really have time for one to hang over. But capacity was one of the major reasons you could tell. Like, if the place was bigger, you could have got it done better. So, I think venue size affected that more, but organization with that it was way better than last year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Don't
give
get
them
me
their
wrong.
props.
I props to them. They did. You could tell the big difference in it, but it's still a lot lacking.
Right.
Still a lot lacking.
All right. Anybody else want to touch up on the subject?
Just as far as, like we said, that last year was completely different from this year. So let me give props. Like you said, last year was a little bit wild. Compared to this year, it was more like contained, more controlled.
It was.
A little more-
It was a lot chiller.
Yeah, a lot more chill, a lot less frustration and unknown and just not knowing how things are gonna go. So I give them props for that. But as far as this year goes, the organization with the RSVPing as it comes to premium, because we're premium.
We did make premium this year.
We made premium this year because last year we didn't have premium. Last year
have
we
it.
were weekenders.
We were basic.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
basic. We made
We
the
were
most of it
basic.
though. We made the most of it.
Right, you couldn't tell.
Right, you couldn't tell that we were basic last year. But this year we decided we were going to go premium. And I won't say that I am going to say that I ain't really I ain't really feel premium the whole time.
Wait.
Yeah. Would you like to
pause.
indulge on that topic?
Yeah, like,
Well-
what is premium? What is feeling premium?
So premium, for one thing, according to Dreamcon, is that you get special perks over the other weekenders, right? So they get their weekend badge. Basically, they just get access to convention, blah, 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 blah. But premium have priority, supposedly, right? So as far, and especially when it comes to like the main events, it was supposed to be you don't have a special perk when it comes to RSVPing for the events, right? Because that's a free for all for everybody to make it fair. But if a premium person RSVP'd for an event, then the premium people should get in there first. But that wasn't exactly the case because there wasn't a clear, what's the word?
distinction.
Yeah, a clear distinction between premium areas and weekend regular areas. If anybody else would like to speak on that.
I feel like when it came to premium members, they should do more at the con to make it seem like it's worth purchasing. Because at this point, I wouldn't advise anybody to get a premium badge. Otherwise, for it to say premium and for you to look cool walking around the con. That's
look cool.
yeah, you'll look cool with the premium
special.
badge. You feel
Yeah.
special.
Until you realize that you're doing the same thing that everybody
Everybody
else is
else is
doing.
doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like, even when some of the people with just a weekend or even day passes cut in line, or like they'll get in first. And to their defense, to the con's defense, right? We should be there on time in order to get there. You know,
That's what I was gonna
That's
say.
right.
That's
That's
what I was gonna
right.
say. That it's not. I won't
not
just
all on
put it
them.
all on the con because we, for ourselves, we were getting there a little bit late. However, okay. However, when we did get there, it was confusing as to where premium is supposed to be and where weekend is supposed to be as far as like the lines go. And then on top of that, there I feel like for like future convention it would be helpful to have like a cutoff time. Premium, you need to be here from this time to this time, otherwise after that it's a free for all with the
Right.
with the weekenders, and you
Right.
get in where you fit in kind of thing.
If you get in.
Yeah, if you get
Yeah.
in, because I know they do have the safety capacity and all that kind of stuff going on.
Fire marshals won't
So, but I feel like they should kind of stress that from this time to this time, if you're premium and you're here, then you get in priority. You know? And then on top of that, when you do get in, I feel like there should be a premium section.
It's small.
Right, because you know, of course, there's not going to be as many premium as there is the rest of the population, you know, so they should be kind of sectioned off to their own area, especially if we're RSVPing.
And then you can follow up with your policy of if we're late and we don't make it in during our premium call, let the weekenders take over those spots.
But
Let it
even-
fill in after that. Let it be
Even
fair
after
game.
that session get filled up, and you just got to sit basic, then you'll be all right.
Exactly.
Right, because
you
that's,
still in
that's
there.
on you.
That's fair. That's on you then.
Right.
okay, that's one of the cons. Any other cons that we have besides just the RSVPs in general? Anything that they could have done better besides just selling premium passes and hoping that you get there on time? Like maybe listing the times, like you said, but anything in addition to make you feel more premium while you're on site?
Maybe more distinction with the perks of actually getting in and out of the convention. Maybe I didn't get to see that perk as much because maybe during the times we went there, it was low traffic. But it felt like, I mean, your premium line versus general line, at least this year during the times that we went, it felt about the same. I didn't feel like there was any really like, I don't feel like I got in any faster than anyone else. I felt like I could have just got away with getting a weekend badge, and I would have been just as content getting in and out of the center.
And in fact, last year we actually got a weekend badge, and it felt like we were able to do a little bit
Yeah,
more.
because last year we finessed and finagled, as Berlizzi likes to say, our way into places, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, we really did.
We did. And we got, I don't want to say way more, but honestly, yeah, way more interactions and just into events that we wanted to get into. But on the con's defense, I will say it's also because of the organization and the security. This year, security and organization was way more tighter. So you weren't going to be able to really get away with finessing the way that we finessed last year with getting up close and personal with, you know, in areas that we probably shouldn't have been in. So, you know.
That is true.
So I mean, in event the staff did do better. Wise, my only problem with them was the structure of certain things. Like it was crowded. It's still crowded this year. It was crowded last year. My thing is, if you know it's only a certain capacity for stuff, only let a certain amount in, shut it off, get them through, then get them out. And that way, within that hour span, everybody could get an experience of meeting and greeting and everything amongst each other for cosplay meetups, for the certain events they were doing with things.
Right, and then we're gonna, like he said, we're gonna touch on that cosplay part because that is a big part of the cosplay meetups because they had the different cosplay meetups, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, blah, 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 blah. So let me just speak from, you know, our perspective of the Jujutsu Kaisen, which is huge, you know, it's
Huge fandom.
popular. everybody dressing up right now, season 2 out, and
Shibuya.
right, Shibuya incident, and so everybody Jujutsu Kaisen, and so we get into this Jujutsu Kaisen cosplay meetup, and we have one, supposedly there was other team leaders, but it was really one person running the whole thing. Could barely, no offense to her, because
She did a good job considering that she's the only one manning the station.
She's the only one managing, and then I'll say, for her, because I'm the same way, like I don't have no loud projecting voice, so it's hard to project, and she probably don't have no loud projecting voice either. But they need to get them some equipment other than the little kind of walkie-talkie kind of thingies.
Those are the self microphones they had, and
Right.
it's it wasn't loud enough. I had way louder speakers.
Yeah,
and-
so
Considering the budget, they should have had a little bit more prep when it came to crowd control.
Right, because
Yeah.
it didn't allow her to direct people the way that she was
could've.
trying to direct
she really
people.
could have.
Right, because she was trying.
And she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at a certain point when you have a huge crowd of
You got 300
potentially
folks
1,000,
cosplaying.
400,
Yeah.
500
One
people
person
in a
trying to
room,
lead them to
Right.
get to bigger rooms and
you
stuff.
can only catch as many as you can and just let everything else just play out as it will, because we limited and crunched on time.
Right. And then on top of that, it's like when you're in the room, for one thing, it's a small room. They should have probably known a little bit better
Bigger rooms.
as far as certain meet and greets, like I said, the One Piece, the Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm sure like the Spider-Man was that
Yeah.
Oh,
packed
yeah.
out. Yeah, the Spider-Verse.
You know what?
Yeah.
I can't let them have a pass on that one, only
Dragon Ball
because
Z.
all the fandoms and meetups that they chose were very popular ones. They're mainstream, they're popular ones. None of them were really obscure enough to where you could assume that it would only be maybe a small, tiny handful of people that might be cosplaying them.
Right. And so
And just the convention size.
Right, the convention size. You already
Alone
know.
should have just made the assumption that
Right.
you might have a lot of people that might potentially be dressing as a particular show or game or fandom group, and you might want to just accommodate for that, or just assume you might need to accommodate for that.
Right, which they did not do because it was in a very small room, and then on top of that, they just kind of kept packing us in, and it's a room that has an exit kind of area and an entrance area, so they need to utilize both entryways or exit ways or whatever. Funnel people in and funnel people out.
It would have been really cool if they were able to, before you enter the room, if they were going to have to use a small room, because we don't know the details behind the scenes as far as like if it was required or if everything else was pre-booked and this was just the only option. But if they were to just call out each character like they did for us in the room, not let you in unless you're that character, and do the group shots and then move them out, and then maybe say, okay, if you guys want to do a massive photo at the end with all the characters mixed in together, we could do that outside. So that way it could have been like, for example, if it was Demon Slayer, it'd be like all the Zenitsus come in the room, take a photo, exit the room. Okay, all the Tanjiros come in the room.
They still catching folks and taking pictures.
Exactly.
Like, that we do.
All the Tanjiros come in the room, get your photo, step outside.
But-
after they go through all the groups and the potential characters, then they could be like, okay, massive photo outside,
And see,
be done, in and out.
And that's why I said the same lady that was over at the hours, she was there the day before when we did Demon Slayer. She had that same plan where she was trying, but the problem is, like y'all said, everybody's in the room and she's trying to
Exactly.
speak over the phone, and she did
And
not
that
have the
makes it-
microphone doing it. And the problem was we were 10 minutes into the cosplay, and then 100 more people showed up. And like you said, Tanjiro, we're taking Tanjiro picture. Ah, wait, there's another.
Yep.
Close the door. Catch them outside. So
Sorry, what's happening? It should be kind of more like the Bleach cosplay, which again, like, it's kind of a little bit hard to compare because the Bleach cosplay was like way more smaller scale compared to like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer and stuff
One
like that,
Piece.
and One Piece. Yeah, One Piece was
Definitely
deep.
One Piece.
But it was organized in a way because he was all like, all the captains. I need all the captains.
Right.
All the captains come up. All the wrong cars. I need all the wrong cars. All anybody with a sword. If you
Yep,
got a
some pop
sword, come up.
toes, come on up. Like-
Like group everybody together, get them in, get them out.
Yeah.
And I know it also, is on us because some people like to try to have their little shine time and be hogging the little area. So I do know that it's also on the people, but
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we had some root.
And with that, I do respect when our staff and who volunteered and gave their time for this event are like, hey, y'all could take that outside.
right.
That's true.
Y'all could take that to the hall.
Right.
Let's just get through this, and then if y'all see each other here, you can see each other right outside here and do the same thing.
Right.
And there are a lot of people that show up to a cosplay that aren't in that cosplay.
Yeah, and
Like, they don't even know people there. They just trying to see what's going on.
and it should be if you're not in because I remember during the Jujutsu Kaisen they were like, okay, if you came here with somebody who's in a cosplay, you can come, even though you're not in a cosplay. But if you're not in a cosplay for that meetup, then you shouldn't be allowed in at all. It don't matter if you came here with that person. It don't
way
matter if you're trying to
outside.
take pictures for that person. It don't matter. If you're not in cosplay, you don't belong here.
Unless it's like a kid in there, then that's it.
Yeah, unless you know,
Unless you're a minor
or
and you need accompaniment from an adult outside of a minor or people that are actually like,
'Cause that was-
husbands and wives, perhaps, maybe.
That's
Right.
when we went crazy over. That was
But best friend, what you got to say?
I think you guys hit all the points on that one. Just for the cons in general, it felt like the organization was a lot better, but since we're in the same venue, it was kind of hard to maneuver around. But I heard rumors that it's going to be in Vegas next year, so maybe they will step up their game when it comes to space and stuff. But considering the size growth within like the last 2 years, it's kind of hard to be tough on them when it comes to working these type of things out, because going from like 12,000 people to like 20,000 people within like a year or two is pretty nuts. Now that we handled all the cons, we'll go ahead and transfer into the pros now, since
Okay. So the pros
Definitely.
are the first and foremost like the convention goers, like just the people that
people.
you meet. Dreamcon is really like, they always say like it's a family. It really is a family because people just be making you feel good. It's been times like they do.
When they
It was
compliment them cops.
right. You
Oh,
feel
my.
like it
Yeah.
was worth
Man,
it.
above cloud 9, I'm on cloud. Like, unknown numbers. Like, stop it. Like, y'all, it got me cheesy.
Right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
We can miss an event or miss something we want to see, and be in a bad mood. And as soon as a random person walks up and is like, "I love your cosplay," or "Can I take a picture with you?" Or maybe you see someone dancing and you just vibe and making eye contact, like, "Hey, I see you getting it over there." It just changes the whole mood,
Right,
the mindset.
because we was a little not with the convention. This was just us aggravated on our timing, trying to get ready for the convention with our cosplays and stuff like that. But literally, people are like,
the
"Oh,
Jeopardy specifically.
yeah, the Jeopardy, we completely missed it." But people were all like, can I take a picture with, your cosplay looks so good. And I was like, yes. Thank you. You made it worth it.
It's all about what you make it. Like, y'all got the RSVP in with them, RDC. And, of course, I got left out. Okay, whatever. Back of the line is cool. While y'all were in that, I got to check something new out, like that how to monetize your content. Bro, that was dope. I'm trying to do that next year. Yeah. But I would never know that if I had went in there with y'all. Right, so, you see, it works out either way. Don't look at it a bad way. Look at the positive way. Let me try something different.
Yeah.
Right, and just to piggyback off of that, Dreamcon it's a convention. This isn't Dream Meet and Greet. Okay, you know, because that was a thing last year. Last year, people were over here trying to hate on Dreamcon, talking about, oh, I didn't get to see some bros, I didn't get to see Berleezy, You need to go to a Berleezy meet and greet then. You need to go to a some bros meet and greet then.
What if they can't get in because the RSVP's too
Well,
full?
that don't got nothing to do with Dreamcon. That don't got nothing to do with us. Okay. This is a convention where you go to have fun and to vibe with people, here for anime, gaming, sports, jobs now, like all
right.
types of
Oh,
stuff.
that was
Yeah.
one this year, man.
Like you here for everything. You're not just here to see your creators. They over here doing their thing and they happy
They
to see
working.
us, you
They
know,
all working,
and
yeah.
they working hard.
They working hard.
They're working hard.
They need to get
Okay.
some sleep.
And
They
so
be tired.
don't try to downsize Dreamcon to, oh, I didn't get to see my favorite creator.
Okay.
Okay. You get to see a whole bunch of other people being creative, doing
You
crazy
get to
stuff.
see the future creators.
Right,
Future
the
creators.
Sleeping out here.
Right.
Right, y'all
They out
sleeping
here,
on
bro,
some of these
talented
people.
folks,
Right.
Right. Never know.
Who's the one we got to see that y'all put me on with?
Which one?
He was just at the party.
Dance
Oh,
Fiction?
oh, that's
Yes.
fiction.
Fiction.
We first off, come on. So you think you think?
From so you think he can dance? Fiction.
Come on.
Come on now.
Out here making content, doing
Hanging with
choreography
the
and
people.
dancing
In the
and everything.
streets.
And one thing I will say about Dreamcon is that it is one of the only, and I do a lot of stage production. Like I do a lot of concerts and festivals, and it seems to be the only place where there is no pride issue. You know, like people don't feel like they're better than other people when it comes to yeah, just, you know, hanging out or just being in the room. A lot of times, like, you'll have celebrities, what we think are celebrities, and like these YouTubers come in and it seems like they'll take all the attention out of the room, but realistically they don't even, they try not to see it that way, you know. And Mark made a good point on how, like, the convention is not a meet and greet, you know, like you shouldn't come here for your favorite YouTubers and seeing them. Like, we did want to see Corey Kenshin and Dashi.
Absolutely,
And don't get me wrong, like, we would love to see them, but
And we still need y'all to come out, please.
yeah, we still want to see y'all. Don't get me wrong.
Pretty
Put it out
please.
Yeah.
there. Where's Corey?
Right, and Dashi, please. Please.
But the convention's not relying on seeing them at all, you know. So I'm actually impressed at how Mark didn't show his face as much when it came to this convention, because I just know, like, he really is trying to stick to the roots when it comes to what the convention is all about. So I applaud him on that, and he still made it enjoyable. We still got a photo, so I mean, like, I can't complain too much.
And yeah, like
You know what I'm
like
saying?
you said, even, and I know we be on here because he's making like a little recap video, so you'll probably see. I know we be on here joking, talking about where's Mark. We finna find Mark, collecting them like Infinity Stones, blah blah blah. You know, like we be on here joking and stuff like that, and yeah, but at the same time, when I'm going through the convention, I'm not worried about what Mark is doing. I'm not worried about what RDC or Berleezy or anybody doing. I'm having a good time with the people who are out here in front of me. You know, so
Yeah.
I love that exhibit hall this year.
Yeah,
Y'all
the
did
exhibit hall was
A1
crazy.
on-
Yeah, the exhibit, especially with the music and just
Yeah.
the vibe.
Only in Dreamcon can you have people dancing, electric sliding, Cupid
Beyblade.
shuffling,
They did Beyblade.
Beyblading,
Beyblade battles.
Pokemon,
Pokemon
card
card
battles,
games, yeah.
taking me back to the 99 before the 2000s.
Yeah.
Only
Right.
in Dreamcon can you have the randomest, funnest behind activities happening all at one place, and everyone just vibing.
Right.
Yeah. In good spirits too. Yeah.
Good spirits. We are a family here.
Friendly, we're just here to all have a good time. We're exchanging contacts with people. I'm texting random people I've just
I don't
met
even know these
yesterday.
people.
Fact.
Right.
Our location
Right.
so we can link up.
Linked up at the
Checking
party.
in, everyone making
Take
sure
it
you
in,
made
man.
it home safe.
Not to
Right.
mention the people that we met from last year.
Still,
Which is
coming
like-
up,
Here.
yes. Who we over
Still
here
here.
meeting? Yes.
We met some folks at the airport just for the first thing. Y'all going to Dreamcon? Yeah.
Literally.
At the airport.
And one of them has a flight back with us in a few hours. If you don't,
Finna catch up, like,
yeah,
y'all
just some
good?
backstory. We are like, this is what time is it right now? It's about like 3 a.m. Our flight is at 7. We have not gone to sleep from the day before. So if we sound tired and we sound like little, I'm saying, man.
There literally is no sleep at Dreamcon
Yeah.
if you're doing it right.
Right,
you're
yeah.
doing it right.
If you're doing it right, you're not gonna get no sleep
not
at
gonna
DreamCon. You're
joke.
gonna be tired every day.
I'm the most tired from the day that we got that photo because we had to wake up so goddamn early for that.
Yeah. But it's worth it because we're having a good time. And if you're going to sleep during DreamCon, then what you doing? You're missing out.
Facts.
Right. Not mad at the people getting sleep though, cause
Yeah, I'm not mad at y'all.
I'm regretting the lack of sleep right now, but you'll miss out on a lot of junk.
Well,
Don't miss it.
Anybody else want to add anything else before we close out?
But before you close out,
closing
I just want you to know, Layla, that was her saying all that, okay? We didn't say that.
I didn't mean any harm by it, Leland. I'm not saying that you're fat now, Leland. You're not. You're not fat. You're thick and husky.
I don't know where this and
In a good way.
In a good way.
I don't know where this Kendrick Lamar beef came from that she brought out, but I just want you to know, hey, that was just her.
We're
Yeah,
gonna come back for you.
we love you,
We gonna
Leland.
beat that mark.
We do.
But yeah, next year.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the podcast. To the 3 people. Next year will be 3,000, maybe 300.
3,000 because we're manifesting.
Right, you heard what he said.
Manifestation.
You know what I'm
In the
saying?
intro, you gotta manifest.
It's just.
All right. That's a wrap.
Cool. Good job, T.
Yeah.
Like that's a success. Some editing, but that's a success.
You know what I'm saying? For the first podcast, man, you know what I'm saying? We'll be like, we started in our room.
Right. In our hotel.
In our hotel room.
Right,
The
not even
night
our room.
of us flying back.